So, day 10, and um, today has felt different for sure. Yesterday was different, but today I slept in more. So, it was um, it was like 5:50 when I got up, and you know, it's another weird fucking day because it's another day that you're gone. Like, honestly and truly, yesterday, Aunt Rosa got here, and it's funny to have, one other person in the house, and, to have another car in the driveway, but, it has been a welcome distraction, I will say that. It's been a good welcome distraction to have, somebody here who loves you and, misses you all the same as we do, but who can just, as an outsider, to the immediate people who were feeling the grief, when you passed. And I don't know, Tom, I just feel like a change, a shift, in the grieving, and I don't like it, but at the same time, I have to allow it to go on the way it is, today, for instance, this morning, I woke up, fairly late. I guess I would consider it, because I've been usually waking up, well before this, at like 5 o'clock on the dot, 5:15, 5:30. I mean, it was already 5:55. Now, granted, it's Saturday, so, I don't really have to get up early for anything because, Dad's not going to work. But, yeah, it's just weird to, wake up this late, when for the past 10 days I've been waking up, at the ass crack of dawn. So, and it wasn't even the ass crack of dawn because it would be well before dawn. But I started to think about, and I guess maybe you were putting it on me too, thinking about, I don't have to, come out here at 5 o'clock in the morning. Is it the quietest? I don't know. It's starting to not be, honestly. Well, before, during the week, it's not, because people are leaving, people are driving by. So it just doesn't seem, But I noticed that I honestly and truly believe that yesterday, the 9th day, was actually the first time that I have not cried, in a whole day. I really, truly think that yesterday I did not cry at all. I think if I did, it was really early on in the morning, and oh gosh, I hope I didn't step on poop, because I'm smelling like poop. But there's it just feels like things are shifting as far as my morning goes. It's feeling like, getting up early is not going to be a thing. And it may, I don't know. I'm literally going, I'm taking it as I come each day. I'm trying to learn to give myself grace, to, continue to give myself grace, because the Lord gives me grace. But, to really give myself the grace to just not feel like I have to do this or I have to do that, you know. I don't have to do anything. It's what I feel doing. And, you know, I feel like I have to start being strong for you and for Gamma, you know, because now Gamma is, you know, Dad, I think it's easier for him because he's already went back into work. So he was already in mode of like, you know, got to push through the pain, got to, you know, how men are. Me, I was, you know, compartmentalizing the times, you know, I was trying to control the sorrow and have it be, you know, when, you know, like a scheduled time, I guess, if you could say that. But like, you know, I realize I won't be able to just be sad all the time. It can't, I mean, I could, yes, but that would involve other people taking care of me, other people, you know, having to worry about me and stuff like that. And I can't do that to other people or to myself. And, you know, but not only that, I'm just not sad, you know, I'm not happy. I'm learning to be happy with the changes, I will say. I'm learning to be happy with the changes. I'm learning that, you know, you are in glory. You know, we didn't want you to suffer. We didn't, you know, it really, truly was a blessing, you being taken, you know, when you did. And now it's just a really funny time, especially now that it's day 10. You know, I mean, we're coming up on 2 weeks, like fast approaching. I mean, today's day 10, but before you know it, I'm going to be here recording day 14, you know, 2 whole weeks. I couldn't even believe when it was 1 week, and we're fast approaching 2 weeks since she passed away, you know, and it's just like, it's so wild to me. It's so wild to me. It's wild to me because I, you know, I reached out to the, finally signed those papers, reached out to the cremation people. You know, they were like, yeah, we're gonna, you know, she was like, I'm gonna get stuff drafted up and I'll give you a call for payment, you know, once I do that. I said, okay, but I have to sneeze. Bless me. So, what was I saying? The cremation, yes. So then she emailed me back and said she has more papers for me to fill out. Of course, her printer is on the fritz, so I'm just like, you know, the whole process of your cremation, it's getting stretched out. You know, I was thinking so much in the beginning about how, you know, I wanted you out of the medical examiner's office or wherever they keep the, you know, people's bodies. I didn't want you there. I didn't want you there. I still don't want you there because you know, the thought of you being there is too much to bear. Good night. An Amber Alert just cut off my video. That was scary. But yeah, so I munch. Maybe. I don't know what I'm saying actually. But I was worried initially about your, you know, your shell, your body being there. And I munch. But now, you know, I don't worry about that because, you know, I know you're not, you know, you're not there. You're not there. It's just a shell. But the paperwork makes me sad because it's asking things like, you know, was there anything on the person that you would like to be returned? And, you know, I don't think so. I'd have to ask Gemma if you were wearing anything, but, you know, like, I don't think you had anything on you, because I believe I asked her before they took you away, initially, if you had anything that we needed to take. You know, I don't want the clothes you were wearing that day. Like, they probably have already cut those off, of course, so they could do your examination, but, you know, I don't want those clothes. I don't want, you know, if there was jewelry or anything like that, yes, absolutely, but, you know, if there wasn't, then no, I don't want anything. But it's just like, and then there was the whole fiasco that I had to find your social security number. Thankfully, you had your card in your wallet, and then Gemma just gave it to me. But, like, you know, here I was cleaning out some old wallet or something that I found, and I found pieces of paper where I had written down your social, and I ripped them up because I was like, I thought to myself, I was like, damn, you know, I'm never gonna need this again, like, you know, what the hell? And so I ripped it up, you know, because I didn't want anybody finding it, and I threw it in the trash. And then come to find out, I was like, oh yeah, I'll never, you know, I got sentimental / mildly emotional thinking about, you know, the fact that your social doesn't matter anymore because who it's tied to doesn't exist. They don't exist anymore in that fashion. So, you know, we have to, here comes that guy, hold on, the loud car. Anyway, like, I get it. Like, you know, you're a young kid. Your car is nice. I fucking get it. But at 6 o'clock in the morning, like, is that really necessary? At 6 o'clock in the morning, is there truly no way that you can drive that thing quieter at 6 o'clock in the morning? I just don't know. But that may be me. I don't know. But anyway, so, yeah. So it's just, we're hitting in, you know, now that it's day 10, we're hitting into a new, oh my word, wow. Yikes. Because, you know, everything's amplified outside. But, you know, day 9 going into day 10 yesterday was a very weird day because like I said, yesterday was the first day I didn't cry. And yesterday was also the first time where I felt like there were periods of time where I wasn't thinking about it, about you passing or about you, you know, where I was able to focus on something else. Even like watching and I wrote about it yesterday on my Facebook, you know, outlet, because everything's an outlet to me right now. You know, Instagram's an outlet, Facebook's an outlet, you know, this is an outlet. So I have all these different outlets, but I wrote on my thought for yesterday that, you know, it was starting to be where I found myself doing things like watching TV or eating or something real small and mundane like that, where I can, you know, in those moments focus on that one task at hand, and I'm not thinking about, you know, this immense loss. I'm not thinking about that. I'm just, you know, doing whatever I'm doing in that moment, you know. And of course I think about, I mean, I was like, yesterday in the evening, I guess because once Aunt Rosa was here, of course it was, I was thinking about you, but, I really did keep forgetting why she came over, why she came down here for us, was to help us with this loss. And so just trying to talk to her and shoot the shit and stuff, and it was very weird because it was almost like, I went into the whole, hostess role because, it's my house and, they're guests in my home, and I'm trying to make her feel comfortable and, striking up conversation and stuff. And it's just, of course, initially it was so awkward because it was just like, well, how, kind of like, how are things go? It's like she didn't know what to ask, we didn't know what to say. Like, I just wanted to blurt out, well, Donna died, so let's, like, I don't know, I just wanted to break the ice with some weird, your style humor. And it was just, I didn't know what to say. And then, we did start talking about it, and it was funny because, we started talking about like your cause of death, the reason for your death, and it was like, it was hard to like talk about it because you're, trying to tell them about the reasons, or trying to tell her about the reasons why you passed. And like, she was the one that was getting upset, and it was interesting because, there was the way that me and Gamma were talking about it, and we weren't, crying, we weren't upset. I mean, of course we were upset, we didn't want to talk about it, but, like, we weren't crying as we were talking about it. And I thought that was really interesting because I'm like, wow, like, we're not talking about it, like, we're not talking about it, like, we're talking about it, of course, but like, we're not emotional about it, we're not crying, we're not, Aunt Rosa's the one that's crying, but we're not the ones crying when talking about it. So, it was an interesting kind of, I don't want to say a revelation, but it was an interesting moment, and there's gonna be moments like that. And I don't think that Gamma and I are prepared for that. I don't think we were expecting moments like that where we would not be the ones in pieces and it would be somebody else, and we would be the ones, like, I guess not comforting them, because we didn't comfort her, but just like, we're, just kind of being like, yeah, same, like, same, we know. So that was interesting, but yes, I am still smoking, and no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna stop because I can't stop, Ton. I can't just go raw into all of this. I need something. Okay, so yes, I'm smoking. I will stop eventually, but that eventually is not going to be right now, okay? So you're just going to have to deal with it. Just like I had to deal with many stuff, you're going to have to deal with the fact that I'm going to smoke. Like, I'm going to smoke. And honestly and truly, I think anybody would honestly tell me that, by all means, there's far worse things that I could be getting into right now to deal with that pain. And smoking, I mean, I know, fine, you can be upset about it, but and that's just funny to me, looking at you, I was telling you the other day, having to learn this new way to communicate with you is kind of difficult, kind of not though, because, like I've been saying, I've had experience, practicing being open and, looking for the signs everywhere. So, I mean, I'm just picking them out, I'm assuming that every time I step outside that you're going to come to me in some sort of form So to appreciate everything. And in a way, that's a really beautiful, lasting legacy that you left that I don't even know if you realize that you left. But that, coming outside, I am having to appreciate everything, because in my mind, I'm assuming that everything is of you. These birds going off is you, annoyed because I said I wasn't going to stop smoking and you're mad about it. The croak of the toad, the, rooster crowing at an inappropriate time, like, when I'm talking about something really sad or just whatever. I mean, which is so funny, by the way, that the rooster has not crowed once since I've been out here. It did, and it was so funny because it did when I was getting the kitten together, because I always have to get him together before I come out. I have to pour him some food or something, so he'll, just leave everybody alone and not start causing a ruckus. And so I, got him together, came outside, got some food for the cats. I have my little system down for coming out, so they'll just leave me alone. It's just, I don't know where I'm going with my thoughts anymore. I'm not good for many things these days, and one of those things being long conversation. I am, because I can talk to you, but long thought trains, those are done. I cannot anymore with a long train of thought. It's literally has to be short and sweet, and that's that. So I have 2 more days before I have to go back to work. I have the weekend. Today's Saturday. I'm going to try to enjoy it as much as I can, however that looks, because that's going to be a really big change, going back to work and having to have a structured environment, when for the past 12 days, over the past 12 days, I've just been floating around and doing a whole bunch of nothing. They're small accomplishments, for me, cleaning the house, taking a shower, taking care of myself. Those are small wins for me that I take every single day, I will say that me and Grandma have at least been making sure that the house is clean and that we're fed and that we're clean, so that has been the best that we could do thus far, and as time goes on, we'll add some more things to that, and figure out more ways. But for right now it's hard, but we're doing it. It's another day down, another day closer to, whenever we can see you. And that's how we're looking at it from now on. It's another day closer that we get to see you. And it's another day to just experience the magic and beauty of what you can do now that you're, now that you have this newfound freedom and, all these things that you can do. So it's going to be really, really fun to see you spread your wings and, do what you do, babe. Okay? But I love you. I'm going to go back in because it's already, the sun's starting to come up. And the birds are getting a little louder. I think people are going to start stirring here pretty soon. So I'm going to just, I don't know, maybe I'll go lay back down. I don't have to go to sleep, but, who's to say that I can't just lay in bed, and just lay in bed. Now that Aunt Rose is here, it is a kind of a weight is lifted off of me because now, Gemma has somebody here who can, distract her also and, talk to her, take her places, do stuff. So, it's kind of like I don't have to like feel like, oh, I gotta, make sure Gemma, I mean, of course I'm going to still, but, Aunt Rose is here to take that on so I can, do whatever I do, hang out with Dad, do what I used to do on Saturdays and, clean out the coop, whatever. But I love you, and I miss you. And I wish we didn't have to have these conversations when we wake up, but we do. And this is our new normal. I love you, babe.